represent us, we actually need to know more than they do in order to be able to delegate that authority. We can't say any longer that based on what you, Mr. Legislator, have told me, I believe you know more than I do, and therefore you are better equipped to lead me. That's wrong. I believe both political parties have aided the disconnect, and the public education system has taught that breakage into everybody. They're taking their focus entirely off the Declaration of Independence and putting it on the law. Anyway, the only way for us to make progress is through becoming more enlightened about how our system works than we have been before. And that's going to take a reinvestment of all of our time. We need to learn how the electoral college system works from you and me to the office of the presidency. And we need to understand how that works through the precinct that you live in the county you live in the state you live in, through the political party that you function under. And that is why I believe there is the need to perfect precinct-driven politics. Because when we wake up in the middle of the bad dream, we can't point to a legislator who doesn't know what we now know and expect that what we know is going to put him back in the box of limited government that he's already unwilling to be in. If he knew so much about legislation, he would legislate to reduce the current level of government that we actually have, not these ratcheting increases that we actually have. We went in Montana from a $2 billion biennial budget to this time over $8 billion for this next biennial. And this has got to stop. I don't have any more money left. I spent my last amount of money on this video equipment. No. And this tie and jacket. No, these are things I've had for years. But anyway, I believe distinctly there is a clear path for us to return back to constitutionally limited government, and I'm going to close it here right now. But the front door is our commitment to get it right. The next door is the Declaration of Independence, and agreeing as believers and unbelievers that our rights to believe and not believe are a free will gift of God. But that in order to secure these rights, we need to be knowledgeable enough and vigilant enough to actually be invigorated enough to enter the fray and actually secure those blessings. Secure that endowment. That is an endowment from God. It's an ever-flowing income of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, stay tuned for Perfecting Precinct-Driven Politics in America as the next segment. My name is Rain Gilstrom. I've been your host over these 4 segments. I appreciate so much your undivided attention, and I would ask that you, and I will pray that you will make the endeavor to step out of your comfort zone and start investing in your family again. And see that government has already invested in your family enough to do the damage that it's done to divide and conquer. And the only way to restore it is by taking back the power to ourselves through knowledge, and then learning how we apply ourselves through the system It might take some time, an investment of time, but the greater and more expensive cost is to expect somebody else to do the job for you. And that's the kind of government that we've got right now, is we don't have the time, we'll elect them, and they just make the problem bigger. The problem therein lies with the lack of our understanding and the lack of our vigilance to hold them accountable when they break their oath to office. And we need to let them know that we know what they don't know, and that we now are more vigilant than they are. And if we ever elect them, or who we ever elect to office ever again, that we must remain more vigilant than these elected officials, because when they go into office, if they go bad, we have to remove them by the avenues that our constitutions allow. God bless. Thank you for your attention again. Signing off from Montana. Good night.